Hey everybody, it's Jason with Parallel Reality coming back with you today with an article from The Federalist dated September 2nd, and it is entitled, I was a California prosecutor for 24 years. Kamala Harris's tough on crime shtick is a sham. And I think we already knew that, but we can definitely go through it. It's worth mentioning. All right, so it says Harris wants to continue on her progressive path and forget about enforcing the laws passed by a democratically elected legislature while ignoring the threats to public safety, which is kind of her thing. So let's see what her shtick actually is Harris's 2024 sham campaign ads tout her as tough on crime, or as a tough on crime 20-year prosecutor in an attempt to hide her true colors. I served for 24 years as the elected Riverdale County District Riverside. Why did I say Riverdale? Am I thinking like Archie? So Riverside County District Attorney, the fourth largest DA's office in California with bipartisan support. Viewed from within the profession, Harris was a failed prosecutor, both as San Francisco DA and California Attorney General. Harris's record, social media posts, and own words reveal her as a far-left politician, not a fair-minded and tough, nonpartisan prosecutor. Her actions reveal more sympathy for criminals than for crime victims and law-abiding members of the public. This district attorney should be nonpartisan, professional prosecutors seeking justice with integrity and ethics as their cornerstone. Their job is to protect public safety by enforcing the law and prosecuting criminals. To the contrary, as a progressive prosecutor, Harris refused to file a death penalty case against a gang member who gunned down a young police officer, had numerous ethical lapses and constitutional violations, causing the dismissal of over 1,000 criminal drug cases, and disregarded victims' requests for help dealing with Catholic clergy sexual abuse cases, failing to prosecute any related cases as DA or AG. And if you need to go ahead and see any more on here, these are links to the articles. You can see one here from CNN, another here from New York Times, the New York Post, Wall Street Journal, and the AP. So mostly, except for maybe the New York Post one, these are all places that would actually side with Kamala. So glad that guy put in articles that weren't just from like a Breitbart or something, that they are articles that would support Kamala. So they'll show what the actual problems were. So good on that. So let's keep going here. It says, far from following her oath to uphold the Constitution and protect public safety, she has advocated for open borders, welcoming the inevitable criminal element of such policies into our cities and towns. She also supported defunding the police and removing ICE as an enforcement tool. Unbelievably, she continues to promote no cash bail, allowing serious and violent criminals back on the streets to reoffend. Further, as AG, her misleading ballot description led to the passage of the hoax Proposition 47, ironically called the Safe Neighborhoods and Schools Act. This law created a prison-to-homelessness pipeline that sent thousands of state prisoners back into local communities. So this is something that Democrats and progressives are very good at doing, is naming bills completely the opposite of what they do. Like, you know, for example, the Inflation Reduction Act. But anyway, I digress. As a result, theft and drug abuse throughout California soared, causing significant harm to thousands of victims. The law enforcement community dubbed Prop 47 the get-out-of-jail-free card. 10 years later, there is no accountability for the victimization or jobs lost and businesses closed due to Proposition 47 crime. This is during the 2020 Minneapolis riots after George Floyd's tragic death. Rather than denouncing violence and standing up for law and order, Harris supported violent rioters who had been arrested and jailed. On social media, she urged followers to donate money to a nonprofit group to bail out the rioters, later stating, they're not going to let up, and they should not. And we should not. So the Minneapolis riots resulted in over 600 arrests, 160-plus cases of arson, including the burning of a police station, 2 riot-related deaths, and $500 million of damage to homes and businesses. It says these are not the actions of a no-nonsense top law enforcement official, but the actions of a radical leftist politician who disregards the safety of the community for political purposes. Bingo! That's probably the only sentence you actually need to know about her entire thing here is just this right here. That is it. It says, true to her leftist form, if elected president, Harris wants to transform and reimagine public safety. As stated in Harris's book, The Truths We Hold, she wants to look out for the overlooked, to speak up for those whose voices aren't being heard, to see and address the causes of crime, not just their consequences. What was that? Then Harris's shit, like, okay. Like, yeah, I'm just, that scrambled my brain, because it's like, okay, whatever. I don't even know what to say about that. I am speechless. So finishing it up. See, it even scrambled my brain there. I can't even talk without stuttering. Because in plain language, this means she wants to continue on her progressive path and forget about enforcing the laws passed by a democratically elected legislature while ignoring threats to public safety. Voters need only to look at San Francisco and Minneapolis to understand how Harris's anti-law and order policies will impact the country. And how about, like, this kind of applies to, like, the border policy too, where it just, like, she doesn't care. As simple as that. And yeah, I mean, simple article, very quick, but I would say if anybody doesn't believe that she's tough on crime, or you believe that she's tough on crime, I should say, go ahead and click on, like, every single one of these links to see what she actually stands for. And you're going to be probably hit with a reality check, the likes of which you've never experienced in your life at any point before. So let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.